Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back, and as always, huge massive thank you for the support. So today I'm going to be making a couple of easy cards with the White Christmas, but I thought I'd just show you through the kit first of all. It's a beautiful kit. So you've got these 'Tis the Season with the boats. The two inserts you get are like so. Let me just get rid of that. We have the scene there and the foiled sheet. You've got your beautiful Westie in the red and the green. The two inserts you get are there. You've got the printed one and you've got the foiled one with this lovely fleur-de-lis on. You've got Father Christmas and his Robin. That's the two inserts that you get with the insert pack. Father Christmas, and then you've got an edge-to-edge foiled sheet. This beautiful tree, I think this is really gorgeous. And then you've got the skating scene and the tree for the insert. That's the printed sheet. And no, is that the foiled sheet? Yeah, that's the foiled sheet. So the little decorations are foiled on the tree. That's the printed sheet. And then you've got this specialized foil on this one. It's like it's been sort of hammered. It's beautiful texture to it. And then you've got that one for your printed. Two inserts are the two seams, and then that one's the foiled one with the beautiful pattern along the top. This again is super cute with all the pastels on, very contemporary. And then you've got the insert with the poinsettias, the pink poinsettia to match. You've got the little cottage. You've got the pink poinsettias with the silver foiling. And I love this as well, the greenhouse with the little cat and the robin. I don't think that robin would have lasted long with any of our cats. And then you've got your two inserts to match. That's your printed sheet, and that one's your foiled one with the foiled snowflakes. And then you've got your goose, your geese flying home for Christmas. You've got the foiled one with the silver foil. You've got two inserts, different ones, and then you've got your printed sheet. And the one that I thought I would have a little play with was the one right at the top. So that should be this, yeah. So let's just pop this back in its little envelope, and then we'll start. Okay, that's not going in very well, but I'll put that down there out of the way. Okay, so the one that I decided to do today was this one with the boats, and like I said, I'm going to do two really quite easy cards. And I think most of this kit with the White Christmas has got the silver foiling on it. So I'm going to bring it in to start off with a 6x6 card blank. It's just the normal 12x6 that I get. 300 GSM white card, and I've just folded it in half to make a 6x6 card. And I think I'm going to use some holographic silver on here just for a different look. And I have been slightly addicted to this holographic all of a sudden, and I'm not quite sure why. But I'm just going to take two notches off two sides just to give me that little tiny border all the way around. And that's looking nice on there. And then if I turn to the foiled sheet with the snowflakes, this is going to be a 5 3/4 square. And I think I'm going to keep this detail in at the bottom. And just go across, so there's a nice piece of card there as well, decent size. And then that one's going to go onto there quite nicely. And then I think, yeah, I'm going to bring out, it's going to be really big, almost the whole of the card. And I'm going to use this large topper. And you can snip them out if you want a cleaner edge. And then I'm going to bring out, I think, this With Love from Across the Miles sentiment. So that's all of the cutting done. Like I said, this is going to be a really quick and simple card. I'm not sure if I want to put a little bit of ribbon on. Could do a little bit of red, or we could do blue. So let's see what the red looks like. And then I've got that one, just navy. Let's see what blue looks like. It's definitely going to be that blue. Let's put that out of the way. So I want this card to be really quick and easy, but I don't want it to look like it's quick and easy. Okay. So what I'm going to do is bring in my glue. So the usual glues I'm using are the Cloud All Purpose in that one, the Cloud Tacky Glue in the white one. And just because this is all cardstock, I apologise if you hear Henry barking. He's actually out in the garden, sat in front of the shed, because he believes, probably rightly, that there is something micey out there, and he thinks he's got today's his day to catch it. So he's actually been out there for 3/4 of an hour. I was waiting for him to come in so I could shut the door, because you know, like I say, I am quite close to the back door, where my desk is, and I wanted to shut the door, but I've had to close it too because he's in full-on hunter mode and won't come in. Bless him. I don't think he's ever caught one before. He's very good at spotting them, but I don't think he's ever actually caught one. That being said, we did find one on the patio one time, and it died shortly after, but we don't know, we didn't know whether that was him, Pippin, because we had all of them, and then we had all 4 of them. So it could have been any of them, or it could have just been dropped, you know, like this. We have red kites around here, they're birds of prey. I quite often see them circling around. I don't think they're big enough to take off Henry though. But in any case, he's under a tree, so, and halfway in the shed, so he's going to be okay. Right, let's pop this on. So just giving that a nice border all the way around, and the best thing about these glues are you do get a little bit of wiggle room time. So my thought for this was going to come across. I didn't particularly want to use this as a tag. I will put it across the top if I have to, and I am going to have to, and I'll put a little bow in there. Okay, so let's grab some 1mm foam pads. These are these 6-2 ones. I've actually got them, well, some of them over an arm of my boom from a camera, so it's stopping me having to move them and them getting stuck to each other. So while I work through them, I just rip off a piece as I am. Like I say, if you do decide to go for this big bundle from Sticks 2, I think there's £25 for 4,000 pads. What I would say is they come in a square of cardboard, and I would just not quite open all of the plastic around it and leave it on the square of cardboard so that it doesn't all immediately unravel like mine did. I definitely think I'm going to get another one, but I'm not going to need another one for a little while yet. I think maybe, where are we now, with June, aren't we? July. I think maybe mid-July, if I carry on at the pace I am. And I think I have done a lot recently, if you look from my Pinterest, I have done a lot with the older decolages, so they obviously take quite a lot of pads. Normal cards like this don't really take too many. But they're nice, they're super sticky. I think they're slightly stickier than the Hunkydory. Backs are easy enough to get off. Like I say, the biggest problem for a big roll like that is them unravelling. Okay, so that's going on just straight there. And then this is going to come across the top. So if I grab some more of these, I'm going to go double up on that side, and then I should be able to just pop a couple on there. Now this back in here, if you've got any embossing folders with snow on, I mean there was a lovely one from Sue Wilson the other year. I think Lisa Wharton has had some nice snowflake ones. So you know, there's lots of different ones out there that you can use. Okay, so like I said, this is going to be a really nice and quick card. Let me grab a ribbon again. A little pin folder. It's quite a small piece of ribbon, but let's see how we get on. There's plenty. So like I said before, you take the piece that you've put underneath on the cross and go over and under the middle. You tighten it up, and you can to a certain extent move that knot in the middle. I did do that with sort of more close-up camera, so you could really see what's going on. I think the last video I did. Okay, so just going to pop some tacky glue on there, pop that in, and my reverse tweezers, just get that little arm down, because if it glues up it will stay up. And then lastly, what I want is just a few gems. So you kind of got the choice of using gold or blue here. So I'm going to keep it. So I could go with those midnight shimmers. I'm going to go with the gold, I think, because I've got so many of those. Those ones, don't like those ones, let's pop them back, not for this card. And there's these. I feel like they're too bright. Those set the nice tone, so let's go with 1, 2, and then let's grab another one. I'm going to do that third one at the top. Now what I will do is leave this reverse tweezers on there for about 10 minutes or so for that glue to go off, and then that will be ready to have the insert put in. So that is that first card. So we'll just pop that to the side. I think if there's anything else I want to do to it, let me just bring it back. No, I'm going to leave it as it is. I was just wondering whether I want to put some glitter on, but I don't. Okay, so I'm going to go straight into card number 2, and I'm bringing in this first of all. I'm bringing in my trimmer, and I'm going to cut this down to 5 3/4. I'm going to pop that out of the way, and then just while I've got the trimmer out, I'll grab a piece of silver, and we will go 2 notches under the 6 all the way around. And I've got another 6x6 card blank with 300 GSM white card that I use. That's looking perfect. Okay, So I'm going to bring in my knife, and the first thing I'm going to do is chop along this wall. So it's quite a nice straight line. You could do this with your scissors if you prefer. So that's that one. That's that. And I'm also going to come along and cut around these houses as well. I'm not going to bother with those chimneys. Just going to go around all of these. What I thought I would do is just decoupage each layer just slightly on top of each other, so it's going to look like a complete scene, and then add some glitter for some highlights on this snow. You could always come over it with the snowfall acetate and sort of make a dome for it, turn it into a domed card. And it's all sort of straight lines, so nice and easy with a knife. I don't know if it would be quite as easy with scissors, but let's just get that through. I'm not going to worry about the tree. And down and along. There we go. Should be able to just then pop this out. Just go very carefully. Just a little connection there. There we go, got it. There we go. Sometimes I think I didn't press quite as hard as other times. There we go. So we've got our sky, our houses, and it looks a bit like rubbish now, doesn't it? But it will come together. Sorry, sneezing. Oh dear. Okay. So let's bring this around, and what I want to do first of all is just check this is going to look how I kind of want it to look. So this is going to come up a bit. I'm going to put that there. So, and then we're going to bring that to around about there. Right, yeah, I think it's going to be okay. Let's see when we put it all together. So I'm going to pop some all-purpose glue on, just making sure I get some tacky glue in those corners. And what I am going to do is just snip that piece there, because it will have a tendency to try and poke out, seeing as it's only a little piece. So then now what we need to do is just pop that on as if we were doing our normal layer. Okay, just get that pressed down, and then I'm going to come in with these foam pads. I'm going to put a nice amount on here because I want it to be quite well supported. Want to stick then, does it? Oh no, it's just a reflection. I have put quite a lot on there, as you can see. And I've got one that I've cut down a little bit there. Yeah, that's going to be fine. Okay, so now I just need to see where I'm putting this on again. So I need that to go around about there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line my mat up with the squares, and then I know I want these houses to be just a little underneath that wall. Bring that up a little bit. So they need to go about there, I think. Okay, so what I'm going to do, just going to use that to just mark where I need these to go. And then I can just take these backs off. Obviously I am going to put some tacky glue on to give me a bit of wiggle room time, but with this amount of pads it's not going to give me that much time. And just taking all of these off. Sorry, it's not the most exciting bit of TV, is it? Watching someone take the backs off. And a little bit of tacky glue on all of them, just to give me that bit of wiggle room time. But like I say, it's not going to give me a lot. Okay, so this needs to come round about there, and I bring that quickly in, just check. Do just going a little higher. Okay, I'm going to go there, and that's where we are going to be. I'm pretty sure we're going to be in the ballpark, seeing those houses behind, so that's fine. Okay, so the next what I need is some more foam pads, which I have put over here. I'm going to use these Crafters Companion ones. They're slightly deeper than that, because I want this to go just that little bit higher. So again, I'm going to put a good amount of these on. And obviously if you don't want to chop yours up like this, what you can do is just do 6x8 card, cut this at 5 3/4 all the way down, take 2 notches off 8, or do it as 7 3/4, and add some glitter and a sentiment, and you're going to have a stunning looking card anyway. So this should then come over that top piece and give us that little bit of distance I was looking for. Never done this before with one, but I just thought I'd try it, see what it looks like. Sorry, I've got a little glass at the back there. I'm just putting these bits in. I'm trying to stay tidier. I have good days and bad days with tidiness, to be honest. I'm not the most organised person, and I actually craft better in a mess than I do in tidiness, I think anyway. But I actually think better in tidiness than I do in mess. so I do like to sort of clear all the decks down before I start, and then once I get started and I've got a couple of ideas, I'm alright. There we go. So again, tacky glue. That's going to help these pads because I think they are a little bit, they've been out in the open a little while, so they for some reason are not quite as sticky as some of the others. So this will give them a bit of extra stick as well. Okay, so let's just, all we need to do with this one is just make sure we keep our margins are matte nicely, and then that's what we've got there. So we've got our little seam with our little bits of difference in between, so I'm liking that. So I don't think I'm going to put glitter on. I'm going to put this straight onto my card, and then we'll have a look for a sentiment. Glitter, did I say glitter? I meant a ribbon. I am going to put glitter on, but I'm not going to put a ribbon on. There we go, so that is on there quite nice and securely. Right, so let's bring back in the topper sheet, and this is the 'Tis the Season. I'm going to go with this nice big one, which will fit quite nicely along the bottom, which is 'Tis the Season to be jolly. So just trimming those little pips off. I'm going to pop this down the bottom there. So I'm going to need some more foam pads. I'm going to go with a 1mm because I don't want it to be too high, because this is going to take it to 3mm, because I've got about, I think that's about a 2mm on that one. So with this on the top, it's going to be about 3. And I love the little boats on this set, because one boat says jolly one, or holly one. Yeah, no, jolly one. And the other one says glad tidings, so even the boats have got the Christmassy greeting on. And it seems like the sun's just come out just as we start our Christmas cards, which is nice. What's going on? Could have been a tiny bit straighter. There we go. I don't think I'm going to do it straighter before. There we go. No, I'm happy with that. Okay, so let's do some glittering. So we're going to bring in, this is an old insert that I'm not going to use because somehow it got ink on it. And all I'm going to do is just randomly go in over some of these snowflakes. And this is one of those things you can do as much or as little as you want. I would say don't make the dots too big, because then it looks the glitter looks a little weird sometimes when it's in a blob, in my opinion. And it may just be the glitter that I'm using. If you've got an even finer glitter than I've got, you're probably going to be okay. Not going too crazy, I'm just popping some on. And again, this one behind, you could be popping through a snowfall embossing folder. And I was looking at the email from Hunkydory, and it looks like we've got 3 launches this week. One of them being a magazine, the box magazine, which I don't usually get, to be honest, but I don't think it's Christmassy because they're saying Eastern Promise, so that sounds kind of orientally, birds and sort of, so I don't know what that's going to be like. This is the Deco Art Glamour Dust, so it is a fine glitter. I've just turned that upside down so anything that's sort of slid underneath can come back out. And that's added just that little pop of something special to it. So and back it in there and put that out of the way. And then I think I am going to come in with a couple of gems. I think I'm going to come in with some silver ones, but I only want them to be really medium to small, I think. Sort of size. It's a bit bigger, I think. It's finding 3 that are the same size. There we go. We're doing it, we're doing it. Here we go. No, it might be a bit smaller. What about that one? Is that the same size? No, that's a bit bigger. Maybe this one then. Maybe one. Let's get me pick up tool. That might help, mightn't it? There we go. There we go. So let's put that one back in there. I'm just going to budge them over a little bit. Clean off my glue. And apologies if you can hear the traffic. Like I said, I'm having to keep that door open because of hens. I'm just going to pop those on. Over a little bit. There we go. Okay, and then that one, like I say, is a fairly simple one, but you can see it's got quite a lot of dimension to it if I bring that up to the side. But just from that one sheet of paper, and I have cut it a little bit untidily there, you can do a better job. But if I bring this one back in, and those are the 2 that I've made today. I feel a bit weird now with those gold ones on there when I've got silver, but I'm not going to let it bother me. I think it just picks up some of these colours from in the houses. But I will go ahead and make a couple more cards out of this set. So that to me is probably going to be a 6x8 card with some kind of greeting on. And then obviously we've still got this one and this one. And I might do a bit of embossing on that as well. But that's going to be it for this video. Another thing I just wanted to say, and it's not related to craft at all, but we did get told the other day that Anthony's best friend, one of the lads that was really struggling to talk at his funeral because he did a reading, my sister had to go up and hold his hand. Sadly last week he did exactly the same thing as Anthony, and his mum found him and he sadly hung himself, bless him. So yeah, a bit of a blow, because he sort of didn't want to see anybody else have to go through what we have as a family, and how, you know, and now he is, or his family is going through exactly the same thing. And bless, his mum found him, which I can't imagine anything worse, bless. But yeah, my sister is trying to support him as much as she can. I don't know the family. I know him. I've met him quite a few times because Anthony went to school with him. So they'd known each other since secondary school. So for you guys in America, that's sort of the age of 11 to 16ish. So yeah, he's known him since then. And bless it. I think he did have a few problems with his mental health. He'd been harming himself. But I don't know if that's something that was ongoing before or whether it was just after Anthony. But yeah, bless, that was a bit of a blow, but you know, we just put one foot in front of the other. You know, what's what you got to do, innit? And crafting helps, you know, it just takes your mind off things, doesn't it? But apart from that, so sorry to drag things down, but I just, you know, like to give you a little update of what goes on here. But I'm going to come back again with this kit next time. So I'm going to stay with White Christmas, and I'm going to do a couple more cards from this, maybe another 2 videos, and then I'll move on to one of the other kits, because I did get the blockbuster with the little book and the inserts and the adorable scorable. So I have been doing I'll show you, I have been doing some foiling on those today, just in case I need some to match. And these are the Spellbinders ones, Warm Winter Wishes, Cherish the Season, Warm, 'Tis the Season, Peace on Earth. And then there's these ones, which again are spellbinders, but they are, can't remember his first name, Hurley. It's not Tim Hurley, that's Tim Holtz I'm thinking of. Simon Hurley. Spellbinders and Simon Hurley. But they are really nice, good size. I mean, even, you know, that would go quite nice on there. If, obviously I've got one in silver. I've been doing some in gold, silver and the holographic. I have got white foil as well. I might have a little play with some in white as well. But that's it. So thank you so much for watching today. Like I say, be back with this again next time. But until then, happy crafting. Take care. Bye bye.